Wednesday, June 5, 2019. Mexican officials to meet Pence in talks to avoid tariffs. Mexican officials will seek to persuade the White House in talks hosted by U.S. Vice President Mike Pence today that their government has done enough to stem immigration and avoid looming tariffs. Donald Trump unexpectedly announced last week that he would impose 5% tariffs on all imports from Mexico, rising to as much as 25% later in the year. Trump, currently in Britain, said yesterday that it was likely that the first wave of tariffs, set for next week, would go ahead. President Donald Trump promised a phenomenal post-Brexit trade deal with Britain as he met outgoing Prime Minister Theresa May on Tuesday. Israel reportedly believes U.S.-brokered talks with Lebanon on demarketing the country's maritime border could be held within weeks. Iran's supreme leader said on Tuesday that Tehran would not be deceived by U.S. President Donald Trump's offer of negotiations and would not give up its missile program. China warns its citizens about visiting or studying in the U.S. China advised its citizens to reconsider visiting or studying in the U.S., a sign that Beijing might be targeting the lucrative tourism and education sectors as it tries to pressure Washington in their trade dispute. Chinese government ministries issued several advisories this week about going to the U.S. on Monday, and the education ministry cited delays and rejections by the U.S. in issuing visas. China's advisories are being issued as the U.S. and China pile new tariffs on each other's goods and exchange recriminations for an impasse in talks to resolve the trade conflict. Michael Cohen, the convicted former personal lawyer to President Donald Trump, says he is making new friends in prison and enjoying time away from the spotlight. The FBI is pushing to stop domestic terrorists, but grapples with limits on its powers. A former Parkland, Florida school safety officer who failed to confront the gunman when 17 people were fatally shot last year was arrested Tuesday on multiple charges, including child neglect and perjury. Poor Americans likely to be hit hardest by new U.S. tariffs. The people likely to pay the steepest price for Trump's attempts to impose tariffs on Mexico and China are poor Americans who already live close to the financial edge and could have to pay more for everyday purchases. The taxes could raise the price of fruits and vegetables and disrupt the supply chain for auto parts in ways that could hurt vehicle sales. Wealthier households would likely be insulated from the tariffs and could keep most of their savings from lower income taxes. The number of hate crimes in New York City jumped by 64% this year, fueled by a major spike in attacks on Jews. A new office to prevent hate crimes will open this summer in Manhattan. The office will coordinate the city's response to hate crimes across several agencies, including the NYPD, the Commission on Human Rights, and the District Attorney's offices. Mayor Bill de Blasio has selected Deanne Criswell to become the next head of New York City's Office of Emergency Management.